Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do your sneak peek for this week. How are you? Thanks so much for clicking here. Look, if you're always coming back here to watch a sneak peek, I appreciate you so very much. And if you are new, welcome here. I hope you will stay. I'm here with 12 decks. I'm going to read for 12 signs. I have time-stamped everything. It is in the description below. If you like, you can just scroll this video to find the information you're looking for in terms of energies and signs. But I'm just going to ask you to please stop watching tarot just for your sun sign. If that's all you're doing, you really don't know what's going on. You get a much rounder picture if you watch for at least your sun, your moon, and your rising. Now, if you don't have that information, it's free on the internet everywhere. And if you have your exact time of birth, that's great. But if you don't, you can still get your sun, moon, and rising just by simply picking AM or PM as your time of birth. All right. Other than that, private reads are open, friends. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, then please look in the comments in below this video. All right, let's find out what's going on for you, Aries. It is the month of Aries. It's action-packed for you, Aries. Let's find out what's going on this week for you. Sun, moon, rising, Venus and Jupiter. I say this week, but look, it's the next 7 days. Whenever you get this, whenever you find this reading or it finds you, it's for the next 7 days. Tell me about Aries and what's coming up for Aries this week. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right, fire family, here we go. We start out with the 9 of Wands. Somebody's already feeling that energy here. All of those planetary things I mentioned in your monthly read. Yeah, and it feels like somebody here is feeling a little bit exhausted, sort of already at their wit's end. And so I don't think that you're at your wit's end because of the planetary changes, but I think that life is kind of, it's got you on the ropes is what it feels like right now. We've got the star energy, but there is some healing coming here, friend. There is some healing coming, so hang in there. We do have the 7 of Wands. Oh, yeah, okay, so Charlie just said, Charlie is my guide, by the way, if you haven't been here before. He just said, but I have to fight for everything. And so that's what it feels like here. I have to fight for everything. I feel like you've been in this energy of the King of Wands, Aries, because it feels like you have to fight for everything. You don't only have to fight for what you want or to protect yourself or, you know, to, yeah, it feels like your back is against the wall. I want to say that there is healing coming. I feel like the King of Swords is, you know, the King of Swords does, when in the reverse, has an ego. And so I always see the ego as the mask. It's the protector. We usually react or act out from ego when we are not certain of the outcome. And we just need a little bit of strength or a little bit of courage. The ego gives us courage. So I feel like somebody might be having to, yeah, it feels like something's bringing you to your knees here and you're trying to be courageous, but I feel like it's coming off as ego. And when the King of Swords is in the reverse, the King of Swords is not really thinking straight, not really using their logic or reasoning. Somebody who is sort of a, yeah, just I want to say attacking things as they come at you. As they come at you, I feel like you're just kind of running ahead and doing whatever you can to keep your head above water is what it feels like here. We've got the Fool. Okay, so there is a new chapter that's opening up. So it's always like this hard spot, this really hard spot before things begin to get better. And I think that's what's going on here. I think things are about to get a little bit easier, or at least you're about to move into a new chapter and away from the 9 of Wands energy. Because 9s are about being around the corner from dropping burdens, right? The 9s are here and then the 10s show up. We have a progression from 7 to 9. It feels like you're preparing to drop some sort of burdens here. I like that. The Knight of Wands is showing up with 1 wand, and then we have this 9 of Wands, that's 10. So I want to say that something, someone, a situation, some relief is showing up pretty soon, really quickly. It feels like it could be this week because for me, wands are weeks. And it does feel like for some of you, it will be this week with that 1 wand in the hand of the Knight. Tell me more about Aries. So this is where we're at right now. It feels like you are at this energy where you're feeling disconnected, or maybe you're having a financial impact at this time. Maybe it's your energy, right? Because pentacles are energy, whether they show up as health or wealth, material things. It could be an impact to your health. It feels like things are going to start getting a little bit easier. Look, if you're feeling like you have no energy right now, I think it's because you're getting ready to drop some burdens that you've been carrying for a while. Maybe even the last 10 weeks. So maybe the last 2 or 3 months you've been carrying some burdens that you're about to drop here. Tell me more. Tell me what's coming up in the future, please. What's going on after we drop the burdens? We've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So you're feeling, not only are you feeling burdened, but you're feeling depleted emotionally. So there's been some heavy duty stuff that's going on. The Star is here for healing though. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We do have the Two of Wands. We have the 7 and the 9. There's 2 between them. And so there is preparation going on here. I feel like you're being prepared to walk through that door into the new chapter here, Aries. I feel like things are probably as hard as they're going to get for now. And I feel like you're facing it all with strength of mind, but I feel like it feels like it's a lot of ego. I'm going to say there might be a lot of egoic battles going on here. We do have the King of Cups, so you're playing it all stoic on the surface. You're trying not to show anybody that anything is going on. You could have a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer placement. It feels like you are bracing for the worst or preparing for the worst, but I'm telling you it's going to get easier from here. We do have the Page of Cups. Something new is showing up. It's the beginning of something, but it also is telling me that something really good is about to show itself. And all of this, maybe if you're the one going through strife right now, something good is about to show up. The Page of Cups is here offering a cup. And so I feel like it's the beginning of either listening to your intuition or something is showing up as a surprise, something that you didn't expect. We have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Six of Swords, and we have you moving away from the Three of Swords here, moving away from heartache, heartbreak, and worry. 6 and 3 is 9, and that's the 9 of Swords. So we have at least some movement here. It feels like this Page of Cups is shaking you loose from some sort of energy where you've been sort of shut down and shut off in this energy here. Feels like you are going to be moving forward here. Tell me about this healing. We have the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the 2 of Swords, and we have the Page of Wands. I feel like there's communication coming to you that is going to help you release these burdens. Whatever it is, it might be a call about money for some of you. It might be a call about your health. It might be a call about something that you've been worried about. There's worry here on your mind. So I feel like the healing is coming from this communication with the Page of Wands. I feel like you probably will hear something this week, and it's going to release some sort of a block, because the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse is no more waiting. Now the 2 of Swords is going to be released here. Something you didn't understand or couldn't see the way through is about to clear itself up. You're about to get some clarity. We have the Magician, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Moon energy. So it does feel like it's something, whatever it is that's making you feel in lack or making you feel disconnected or not have any energy. It feels like it's something that is deeply emotional for you. Deeply emotional. And I feel like the Knight of Coins and the Magician tells me you do have the strength to keep going. So please don't give up. I feel like your answers are around the corner this week. Whatever the answers are that you need, it's going to relieve. It's going to allow you to let go of some worry and some disappointment or heartache or heartbreak. You've been holding on to it here. It's almost like you've been holding your breath is what it feels like. What's around the corner for Aries? We do have the 8 of Swords. See, we go from the 8 of Swords to Justice. There it is. I like that. So we go from the 8 of Swords to Justice, and then the Empress energy. Beautiful. Beautiful, healing, abundant, balance. Something is about to be born or created. It's a new door that's opening for you. And then we have the 4 of Swords. Then comes the healing. So I feel like there is going to be an energy release here this week for you. Things are about to look up. If last week was hard for you, I feel like this week it's going to get easier, but it feels like it'll probably be into the end of the week when you start to see relief. We do have the Emperor in reverse here. Maybe that's how you're feeling right now, feeling like you don't really have any clarity, not really thinking straight, possibly not really making any moves because you're waiting until you hear from somebody, communication. It feels like you're feeling like the Emperor in the reverse until this information or communication comes in that you've been looking for this week. So the pressure is going to let off, Aries. Just hang in there, friend. We do have Aries energy. We have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, Libra, and Taurus. We do have Cancer, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Gemini, and Aries. We have more Libra energy. See, there's lots of balance coming here. We have more Aries energy here and some Aquarius as well. Healing energy is on the way, friend. All right. Taurus. Try and pick these up here. Oh, there we go. All right, Taurus. Let's find out what's going on for you, Bull Gang. Hope you're well. Let's find out what's going on for you this week, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus. Sneak peek for Taurus this week, the next 7 days. Tell me about Taurus. Taurus, we have the Lovers. Why are we starting with the Lovers here? Tell me about the Lovers. We have the Devil. Interesting. We have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Cups. Taurus, I feel like somebody is going to pull themselves away from something this week to express some emotions or communicate their emotions to you. It feels like it's been building up, I want to say. The material work here, this Three of Pentacles, tells me that a foundation has been building here. I think that somebody has been thinking about you a lot with the Devil energy here. And it feels like it's like they've been waiting for a reason to reach out. It's like they feel that the reason of having these deep emotions here isn't enough, or maybe it feels unsafe or a little bit intrusive to them because the Devil energy is here. We do have the Lovers, though, so it really feels like somebody is very sort of enamored with you, I want to say, taken with you here. I feel like someone's going to ease into this foundational thing with you. You might already know this person because the Three of Pentacles is here, so this might be someone who's already in your wheelhouse. Might be someone that you work with. Could be someone that you trust, that you've built a little bit of friendship, a little bit of stability with in your life. They might be new to your life, Taurus. We do have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Wheel showing up next to it. And then we have the Page of Wands. I do feel you're going to get some information this week about someone that you've been thinking about. It feels like you've been thinking about them, Taurus, because they've been thinking about you kind of obsessively. But they're trying to, I feel, hold themselves back. Or they're going to express themselves in compassion or kindness instead of love or emotion. So if somebody is reaching out to you to help you with something, maybe you need help with something, Taurus, and maybe they're reaching out to help you with something. It feels like this person is either watching you or thinking about you, and I feel that they reach out with compassion and kindness rather than love. But I really do feel like under that there's a lot of I don't know if it's love, because I don't know how long you've known this person, but it feels like it's deep. I want to say they feel a very deep connection because the Lovers is soulmate energy. Look, the Wheel of Fortune is here with the Page of Wands. I feel like something is changing here. I feel like you go from not having any contact or no communication to somebody showing up in your DMs or showing up in text or in your life here that wants to help you, but it's someone that you know, and I feel like they're showing that sort of energy to you because they don't really know how to show you what really is below the surface, Taurus. Tell me more. I forgot this deck is one that's always popping all over the place. They're so slippery. Hang on. Hang on, hang on. Let's get this one here. We've got the Eight of Swords. Yes. So somebody is in their head, Taurus, about how they feel. They're not sure if they want to fully express it. And I feel like it's a bit of fear. Maybe we should just stay in this friendship or stay in this place where we know each other really well. It feels like someone is scared to express themselves. They want this new path. I feel like the Page of Wands is telling me you will get this communication. And I feel like it's going to change something here. We've got the Five of Swords. And the Death card. Yeah, you know what? It feels like they finally, I don't know, it feels like they finally find a reason to connect with you or communicate with you. It's like they don't lead you on or give you the wrong idea, is what it feels like. The Eight of Swords is about being caught in the mind, right? It's like a mental prison. They put themselves in some sort of a mental prison, Taurus, but I feel like they've also been fighting how they feel. But the Death card is here up against the Five of Swords. So it tells me that the overthinking, whatever they've been thinking, overthinking, or being stuck in, I feel like is about to change. It feels like they're in the midst of some sort of mental transformation or transition, I want to say. Trying to feel their way through, but this is an overthinker. This might be a Libra, a Gemini, Aquarius. It could be a Capricorn, but it feels like it is somebody who is, or a Scorpio, they're overthinking the whole situation. This person really does kind of just want to race in or just wants to blurt it out and tell you. The Knight of Wands is here. I feel like there is an attraction here. They just want to say it to you, but I feel like they're too scared to do so. There is a fear. I feel the fear here is that we're going to lose the friendship. If it goes into this emotional place and into the lovers, do I then have to forego the friendship? Because if they forego the friendship and cross the line into love, then that means I could possibly lose you as a friend. So I think that is the fear. Tell me about this Devil card here, please, for Taurus. We've got the Eight of Wands in the reverse. We've got the Five of Wands, and we have the Star energy. So it does feel like somebody here is holding back. Definitely with the card of the Five of Wands, it is indecision, and it's holding them back from communicating with you. I feel like you're on their mind a lot. You're on their mind a lot, but I feel like they're trying to figure out exactly what to do with the situation, because they know that they have now, for me, when I read, I combine the energies as they touch. So it does feel like with this Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, someone wants to combine the friendship and love, but they're kind of in fear of what could transpire. What if I move too fast? I feel like somebody is really wanting this, but it feels like the Eight of Swords has them in their head. It feels like they have moved away from a place of the Five of Pentacles, and it does feel like you're at a point of change in this relationship. So I think that's what's on the mind of this person here, whoever they are, is they're thinking about change. Do I communicate? How do I communicate? I feel like this person is going to communicate by means of helping you. So can I assist you with that? Or I know somebody who can help you with that. Feels like that. Tell me about the outcome, please, for Taurus. We've got the Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and the Six of Swords. So there is going to be a decision made here. I feel like somebody is blocked in their emotions. They don't really see the situation for what it is. And again, the Eight Swords appears up here, caught in their mind, right? In this place of mental prison. This is an overthinker. I feel like they could be someone who is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but it does feel like this Aquarius energy here is telling me that somebody here is moving on. They're getting movement in the mind. I feel like the outcome is we're moving away from this block, and somebody is about to make a decision. We do have the Page of Pentacles. It could be for a new beginning, Taurus. All right. We've got Aquarius. We've got Leo energy here. We've got some Taurus energy, some Gemini energy. Sorry, my brain shut off there for a second. We also have Scorpio. We do have Aquarius energy. We have Gemini energy. We have Capricorn, Capricorn a couple of times. We have Libra, and we have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We also have Sagittarius, but this is also Jupiter energy. There's an expansion coming here, and it was up next to the Page of Wands. So I feel like whatever communication you get is going to lead to more communication, and it's going to lead to some sort of beginning of something in the 3D. So if you're apart from this person right now, or there's a distance between you, I feel like something is going to be materializing, possibly in the next 7 days for some of you, and there's going to be more communication. Tell me about Gemini. Tell me about Gemini for the next 7 days. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini. What do we need to know about Gemini, or what does Gemini need to know for the next 7 days? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sneak peek for this week, Gemini. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Temperance energy. I feel like if you're fighting yourself internally about something right now, if you're in a battle with the self, or in a competition for something, maybe you're waiting for an answer about, do I get the interview, do I get the job, something like that. I feel like something does come into balance this week, Gemini. It feels like either indecision, competition, or the beating up of the self. It feels like somebody is internally beating themselves up, and I feel like you're going to get relief from that. I feel like Temperance is here to bring things back into balance, also to heal some things here. We do have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Hermit. So I feel like there is something here that you've been thinking about. For some of you, it could be financial. It could be, do I invest there? Do I want to work there? The Ace of Pentacles, of course, is a lot of abundance, but it's a blessing from the universe. It's the beginning of something. And so I feel like you are being given the blessing of opening a new door or beginning something new in the 3D, but I feel like you're thinking about it heavily. With the Five of Wands near the Hermit, it makes me feel like you are thinking about everything that could go wrong, Gemini. Wouldn't be like you to overthink anything, right? It feels like you are really going over details of things. You're really going over the analytics of something here, and it might be something that is financial. Maybe you're thinking about buying something new. Maybe it's a very large purchase, because the Ace of Pentacles is abundance, period, right? So it feels like you will come to some sort of a balanced decision this week, I feel, and you're going to make something materialize in the 3D here. Tell me about Gemini, please. We've got the Hanged Man. Yeah, see, the Hanged Man and the Five of Wands is the energy of, I'm beating myself up because I'm not making the decision, because I don't have my perspective yet. I'm not really sure. It feels like somebody I feel like you're scared to make a step forward, Gemini, because you don't have the decision quite yet. You haven't yet felt it in your bones with the Hermit energy that you're making the right decision here. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Sorry, I stalled for a second because I just heard Imagine Dragons say, welcome to the new age, to the new age. What is this? It feels like there's something new. Yeah. Welcome to the new age. It's like something that is brand new, and it's healing. I feel like you're going to make a good decision, I think is what I'm supposed to tell you. Welcome to the new age, which means you are stepping forward, you are making a decision. I feel like you have been arduously thinking about something, really working hard on it, going over the analytics. Do I have enough? Am I enough? It feels like it's been a personal thing. It feels like you've been in this personal energy. Whatever you're trying to get the perspective on, whatever you've been working really hard to try and look at from a different perspective, to try and get an answer, I feel like it's here, and it's going to be a good answer. 5 with the King of Wands showing up with 1 wand is 6. That's success, and that is victory. It's also stepping across some sort of finish line. So it does feel like Temperance is here to stabilize everything, to give you stability between your emotional self and your pentacle self. So we do have the Hermit here who has all the wisdom and goes over the analytics. Oh, Radioactive is the name of that song. Yeah, there might be something in the lyrics of that song for you. Imagine Dragons. Radioactive. Tell me more about Gemini, please. Got the Three of Pentacles. I've got the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands shows up. I was just talking about that. And then we have the Lovers. So I feel like there is a decision here. It's like you have a choice to make. It's a really big choice. For some of you, it could be a choice in love, but for most of you, I feel if it does resonate at all, it's a choice to have victory or stay where you are. Do I stay where I am in the Three of Pentacles, or do I get on my high horse and let everybody see me and at risk of people telling me that I have an ego? It looks like you have a moment in time where you're going to have to make a decision about whether you're stepping out into the spotlight or not. The Three of Pentacles is beginning of something, and other people are watching, although it's the Three Pentacles, right? It's kind of, you can see that they're in sort of like a hallway of a large sort of cavern almost, and it's like I guess a castle probably, and these people are trying to learn from this person about their craft, maybe asking questions, and it feels like you're maybe okay with an audience of two, but I think that your audience is about to get bigger, and I feel like the Six of Wands is telling me that you're about to step over the threshold of something where you're going to have the spotlight, because this is Leo energy, and that person is on their high horse. That person is being viewed by everybody on the ground. So I feel like you have a choice this week, Gemini. It feels like your choice is, do you want to be seen by everybody? Do you want to be under the spotlight? Or do you want to stay where you are? And I feel like where you are is comfortable. You know the people there, you know the workplace, you know what you're doing. Maybe you're lecturing something, teaching people something, but now it's going to be on a grander stage is what it feels like. We do have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is a professor. The King of Swords is a teacher, right? Somebody who always has something that they can teach somebody. And so it could be that maybe you're going from being a high school, grade school teacher, and maybe you're going to become a professor lecturing on one thing that you're really, really good at, which is the subject matter expert thing. You may have got a master's, possibly, because this king is a master of their domain. And I feel like you're trying to make a decision about whether to go further or not. It doesn't have to be a professor or teaching, but it feels like you are going from a place where you are comfortable teaching 3 or 4 people in a room to a grander stage. We've got the Seven of Swords. Why is that? We've got the Queen of Cups. I'm going to say be kind to yourself with the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords. I feel like you're going to have to leave something behind in order to move forward, but you're being hard on yourself, like feeling like that you're a fraud, that maybe I am a high school teacher, maybe I'm not a lecturer on this subject matter stuff as a professor. Like it feels almost like somebody doesn't feel like they can do the job. And of course, put that in context, whatever's working for you. But it does feel like just because I saw the Aquarius energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini on the bottom of the deck, I feel like it could be something to do with teaching. So I feel like in order for you to be able to move forward in whatever the situation is here, that you are going to have to be a little more kind and compassionate to yourself. What is the word I'm looking for? I'm looking at the Seven of Swords. It feels like you know you've got the skills. You know you've got the perspective that no one else has got. You've got something incredibly big to teach people, but you're trying to decide whether you want to give up your private life for a public life. And so it makes me feel like gosh, what's the word? The Ten of Wands, I'm trying to think of the word and I can't, but it's like you know that you have the skills, but you feel like other people may be more qualified. I feel like you're carrying some sort of a burden and you haven't yet made a decision about what you want to do moving forward. But first you have to drop these emotional burdens. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got justice. Look, you're getting justice here. The Fool is in the reverse, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So the reason you're holding back is because you feel like you have to jump right in. You feel like you don't have enough information, or you would like more information about what does it look like if I bottom out? What does it look like if I don't succeed? I feel like these are things that are in your mind because the Seven of Swords is here. It feels like it's a little bit scary for you to step out into the spotlight. And I feel like it's going to be really lucrative. I feel like, this Hierophant has something to say. This is the shaman, or the one that people, this person is the one that has all the wisdom. I feel like you have a lot of wisdom to share. And so you have to make a decision as to whether you're going to step into those big shoes or not. Tell me what's around the corner for Gemini. We have the Page of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. It really does feel like you're teaching people things. I want to say that you're teaching an older group of people. The Page of Cups is telling me that I feel like it's the beginning of something that sort of excites you, or it's a new discovery of a new talent that you have. But I feel like you feel a little bit removed from it. You feel like other people might be better at it, or I have no business doing this job with such little. Maybe you don't have the master's, maybe you have a bachelor, but it feels like, maybe there's other people who you feel might be more qualified for the job. I'm going to say, look, with the Page of Swords here, you're qualified to be the teacher. You have been the student, and you're qualified to be the teacher, I feel, because the Hermit is here with the Page of Swords. And for me, that's the energy of, and it's all touching with the Three of Pentacles here. It's the energy of, I am really good at what I do because I've learned it all and I've come to a wisdom of it. So I feel like it's something that you feel someone else could do a better job at, but I feel like you're qualified to do it. I think the biggest trouble here is that you're going to have to leave an old life behind. And I feel like that's where the block is. The block is do I really want this? Do I really want this? How hard am I willing to work? And I feel like there is a block here. You're going to have to close a door, and maybe you would miss your students, or maybe you would, it feels like you would miss the people that you work with, or, you have to make a really big decision to close that door. That chapter of your life is done, and it's time to move into a new chapter. But it almost feels like to you that you're jumping in head first, that you're not really taking a leap of faith, that you're taking a risk. And so I feel like this Libra being here with justice, being here with the Fool, tells me that if you do decide to take that small risk instead of holding back, I feel like it does work out for you, because this is restoration. Something is working out in your favor. Something is being said in your favor or paid back. So I feel like it does work out for you. All right. We've got Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Gemini. We've got Aquarius, Virgo. We've got Aries, Libra, and Pisces. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We actually have quite a bit of air energy here today. So I think you're going to think it out, but I feel like you feel you're not qualified. But I feel like you really are qualified. You're probably the most qualified. No matter how many certificates everyone else has, you're the subject matter expert on something that needs to be taught to other people. All right. Tell me about Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer, please. Tell me about Cancer. Next 7 days for Cancer, please. Sneak peek for this week. Tell me about Cancer. Cancer, we have the Two of Wands. Feels like you're preparing to make a move on something here, take action on something. The Four of Wands is here. That's 6 wands. You might be moving house. You might be preparing to buy a house, move a house. We've got the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you are definitely walking away maybe from an old home. You're disconnecting from the Four of Wands. You could be someone who's young. Maybe you're moving out of your parents' home. Maybe you're moving across the world, or out of state, out of province, out of the country. Yeah, it does, like maybe across the world possibly. This feels like a really big decision. Whatever it is, it may not be about moving. It could be about your stability. And it feels like some sort of a chapter here is coming to a close. And the reason that you're waiting here at the Two of Wands or at the crossroads before you head through the gate is because you know that everything is about to change. You're about to step into a new world and everything is about to change. It's going to look different. It's going to feel different. So I feel what you need to decide is what you're doing from here. It feels like Cancer, you know, for the longest time, you've been in sort of this hard energy, right? Of things not going great for you. The last reading I did for you, the monthly reading, I think it was, or the previous weekly reading, things are really picking up. Like everything's on the upside for you, Cancer. So I feel like what you need to do is maybe to walk away from memories, walk away or disconnect from this Four of Wands, but I feel like the Four of Wands, when you disconnect, turns into the Six Wands. I feel like you're going to get some success or some sort of victory, because Six of Wands is having victory after the fight or after the war. So it feels like a new world is opening up for you. For some of you, you might have an opportunity to move across the world. It could be that. It's taken you a really long time to get here. We have fixed energies here. We also have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. We have the Lovers. We have the Fool. Very interesting. And we have the Seven of Swords. But how much do I really want it? Do I really want it? So the Lovers is here, right? And for some of you, this could be an emotional decision that you're making about a person. It feels like you're about to maybe embark on a new chapter of your life. And I feel as though you're still looking back at the past. The decision that you're making right now is going to close a chapter. And are you really ready to move away from the Two of Wands or the Two of Swords, right? We've got Five of Swords here. Five of Swords in the hand. Two of Swords being left behind. Have I made the right decision? Am I leaving this old life behind for a reason? For a good reason? The Five Swords are in hand. So somebody's wondering, should I go back there for the Two of Swords and try and redo that decision? Or should I just take my intrusive thoughts and go? I feel like you're fighting the self. I feel like you do want to take action though. And I feel like you know that this is a really good opportunity. Tell me more. It could be an opportunity of love, but please understand the Lovers is also a choice. So it could be for some of you love related. For some of you, it's not necessarily. For some of you, the hard thing to leave behind might be the home, the family home, or your family, or people that you know, in order to go into the next chapter of your life. We've got the King of Coins. We've got the Nine of Swords. You're worried about finances. And we've got the Five of Wands in the reverse. But if I don't go, I might have regrets. The Five of Wands in the reverse is, I don't want to worry about it anymore. I don't want to have indecision. I don't want to beat myself up about it anymore. It feels like you're never going to be more prepared than you are at this time to make this decision, Cancer. So whether it is a move or whether it is about love, it definitely is a new chapter of your life. The World card is here. So whether you're moving across the world or just closing an old chapter of your life to open a new one, there's a little bit of hesitation or doubt here, because there is worry that maybe you might have regrets that you left something behind. I feel like for some of you, it could be that you're worried financially. Can I afford to move across the world? Or can I afford to sell the house and buy a new one? It feels like what you're trying to do is make the decision without emotion. You're trying to bury the emotion, which wouldn't be unlike you, Cancer. You're trying to disconnect from the emotion of it so you can make some sort of a solid decision, as the King of Pentacles would, because the King of Pentacles is somebody who makes practical decisions with the data that they have, the analytics that they know, something that is very grounded and solid. I'm going to look at the facts. We have the Two of Coins. You are going to make the decision. For some of you, it's going to be this week. For some of you, you might be in the thought process this week, and you might make the decision the week after that. Tell me what the outcome is, please. we've got the Knight of Swords. You're going to go at it slow. You're going to think it out, and I feel like you're not going to make any really, really quick moves here because you want to keep in this very stable, balanced energy. I'm making practical decisions about what's to happen next. It's like you're not living in La La Land. You're living in the 3D where things are what they actually are. So it feels like there's no dream energy here. It's very swords and pentacles like. You're going to take action after you make this decision to close a door and open a new one, whether that is moving or whether that is love. But I feel like the reason you're going slow is because you need to make this not out of emotion, not out of moving erratically or quickly. You need to make this, in a very solid, grounded, wisdom-filled sort of way. Am I doing this for the right reasons, or am I running from something? That's what it's making me feel. You don't want to be running from something, running across the world to start a new life because you just want to get away from the life that you have here. I feel like the Hermit wouldn't do that. I feel like with the King of Pentacles and the Hermit, you're covered in terms of wisdom and analytics. This person is the master of their domain. They've mastered moving slowly, going over things. I'm going to do it carefully. I'm not going to run at it. Tell me what's around the corner here for Cancer, please. We've got the Chariot. It's your energy, Cancer. We've got the Three of Wands. Yeah, I think you're planning to do it. Whatever this is, whether it's love or moving around the world, selling the house, buying the house, I feel like you are doing it, but you're doing it in a very practical and slow way. I feel like you've been waiting to do this for a really long time. With the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you've tossed the seeds of intention and then you do a lot of nurturing, which is a lot of hard work. And now with the one pentacle with the King next door here, 8 is the harvest. And you can see that her basket is full of pentacles. So I feel like you don't want to force the harvest is what's going on here. And so the Chariot is showing up to tell you to make sure that you are in balance, that you are, with the dark horse and the light horse, that's the masculine and feminine energy. Make sure before you breach the surface that you've got your emotions in check and that you're doing this all for the right reasons. I feel like you're doing it for reasons of opportunity, advancement, and adventure is what it feels like. You want to see what's out there. And I feel like although not everything is written in stone right now, it feels like you really want to see the adventure. What if? What if I'm incredibly and totally and completely happy and content with what is out there? What if that's my person? What if I should move across the world because then maybe I'll meet my person? We do have the Emperor. Look, it's all up to you. You're in your Emperor energy right now. Now is the time for you to make a decision, but only if it feels solid and sturdy and stable for you. Only if you feel secure and stable enough to make that decision. But I have a feeling that whatever's going down here is about to be your wish fulfillment. It's about to make you very happy. You're going from the 5 of Pentacles to the 9 of Cups because the Emperor is here. I feel like you're making some sort of a really big life decision, which would be indicated because the World card and the Fool, right? That's the shift from one chapter of your life closing to the opening of a new chapter. So something really big is, a big decision is coming up for you soon here. We've got Pisces energy. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Cancer, Gemini, Virgo. More Gemini energy and Aries at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Tell me about Leo. What's going on for Leo, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter for this sneak peek for this week, the next 7 days. For Leo, please. Tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo, please. What's coming up in the next 7 days for Leo? Got the Knight of Wands. Where are you off to? This week is going to move fast for you. It's a fast-paced week for some reason. It's going to be a week of going here, there, and everywhere. It feels like a... Hang on, listening for a second. You got a fast car. Can't hear all the lyrics in order. Be fast enough so you can drive away. Are you trying to run away from something? Hang on, let me deal more cards here. We've got the Chariot. Been working at the convenience store. I managed to make just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far, just across the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. Okay, so that's Tracy Chapman, of course, Fast Car. And that's what I'm hearing here because of the Chariot and the Knight of Wands. We've got the Seven of Wands and we've got the Hermit. You are making some sort of a decision because your back is against the wall. It feels like you've been thinking about something. You could be someone who is a Virgo Leo cusp, but it feels like this Hermit energy is a place where you had to go to be by yourself because you're feeling like you need to, like you're in protection mode. It's like you're trying to protect your ideas or protecting something. It's almost like you're about to go back to the future. What? What is that about? What? It feels like something that is back there, Leo, that you want to bring it to the future or you want to bring it to the present energy. But you're really in this energy of feeling very defensive about it. And it also feels like you're not really sure if it's going to work out. It's almost like you're trying, I'm just listening to this Tracy Chapman song, and it feels like you're trying to convince somebody that it's going to be okay. If we do this together, it's going to be fine. It'll be okay. We've got the Six of Cups, we've got the Eight of Cups, and we've got the Nine of Cups. So I feel like you've been trying to pull away from some nostalgic memories for a while. It feels like you've been trying to disconnect from something from the past, but it doesn't feel like you're doing a very good job of that. It feels like, although you are in the present moment, it feels like your thoughts seem to be going to the past. I think it's a past time where you had a lot of passion or a lot of fun or a lot of excitement with somebody. And I feel like that person is somebody you can't seem to forget, Leo. I'm not saying that you're running back there to get them, but I feel like we're looking at your thoughts at this time because the 6, 7, and 8 are all cups. And that's above the head of the Knight of Wands. So it seems very dreamlike, like the dreamlike state. I've been dreaming about it or thinking about it or daydreaming about it, about how happy we could be. But I feel like you catch yourself and you pull yourself away from those thoughts and say, no, I got to stop thinking about that. But it almost feels like the past keeps pulling you back there. Driving in your car. Feels so fast. Like I was drunk. Yeah, this person really made you feel like you belonged. Like there was nothing wrong with you. And I'm not saying that there ever was anything wrong with you, but look, we all harbor our own things about how we feel about ourselves. And so I think you're thinking about someone who allowed you to be yourself, allowed you to be whoever you were, and they accepted you for whoever you were. And I think that's why you can't get them out of your head here. I feel like you've been thinking about them a lot, but I also feel like there's been no communication between you and this person. But I feel like you are thinking about, could we be happy? Could I have missed out on my wish fulfillment here? So I feel like this Knight of Wands is telling me that if I go back there, if I go back and get them, can I bring it to the present and maybe have a future? Because I feel like what you want in the future is the Ten of Cups. But first you feel like you have to go back there to get it. The Tower is here. It's a realization you've had here, Leo. That maybe it's a realization that I do want this. I do want the family. I do want to have a relationship, or maybe we move all in together, or it feels like somebody's having a really big revelation here. And it's been something you've been carrying around for a long time. We've got 10 wands here, 17 to be exact, 18 actually. So it feels like 4 or 5 months you've really been thinking about this. 4 or 5 weeks maybe. But we've got all these cups up here, and the cups for me are months. Yeah, it could be more than a year is what it feels like. It feels like you've been thinking about this for a while. Tell me more. Tell me about this Tower. I think there's a realization here that you're making, and that it is that you have a lot of really deep feelings for somebody here, but I feel like you gave them the stoic you. You didn't show them on the surface. I feel like you have a lot of incredibly tumultuous, deep feelings for somebody here, and you've been carrying that burden around for probably more than a year. I would say a year and a half, maybe. And I feel like you're having some sort of a realization that I should have shown them more on the surface. Queen of Swords, Sun, and the Knight of Cups. That now you're thinking, maybe I should just reveal that I really do have a lot of feelings. So the Queen of Swords is somebody who stands up for themselves and who's very honest with themselves and everyone around them, even if it's going to hurt feelings, or even if people aren't going to like me for saying so. There's a breakthrough here that you have a lot of feelings for someone that you never showed your feelings to. And I feel that, I feel like you've been thinking lately about going back to the past to get that person, to see if there's anything left here. If the 10 of Cups is still viable for you. We have 6 to the 8, which is 2 cups. And then we have the 8 to the 9, which is 1. 3 cups, that's a reunion for me. I'm reading between the lines always, right? I'm always counting things. And so it feels like, the 6 to the 8 is the 2 cups. It's like, I really do want to reach out to that person. Usually on the 2 of cups, one hand is reaching out for the other. And then the 8 to the 9 is the 1 cup, because I want something to begin again, but that's 3 altogether. So the outcome here, we have the King of Wands, we have the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the 4 of Wands. That's what I was saying here. It really does feel like you want to get some sort of stability. It feels like you want to give somebody something. It's like, I can pay for us to be stable. She says, across the border and into the city, you and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. Maybe this person, you want them to move away from where they are, and maybe they don't want to move away. It feels like maybe you want to convince them, look, let's just buy a house together. I feel like you're holding back, though. I feel like the King of Wands is telling me that you want to go, you want to do it. The King of Wands is also pointing into the past. You're motivated to do it, but I feel like you're in indecision right now with the 5 wands that are here. But you do want victory with the 6th wand. What's around the corner is the Lovers in reverse. Absolutely. The Emperor and the Empress. Wow. So the Lovers is in the reverse, right? I'm not really sure if this person still thinks that I'm their soulmate. The Emperor and the Empress are here. There are 2 people that are completely and perfectly fit like a glove, or like puzzle pieces to each other. And I feel like the reason that we're not together is because somebody couldn't show their feelings on the surface. I feel like we're talking to an Emperor who couldn't show their feelings on the surface to the Empress. And the Emperor could mean anything, right? That's stability and security, but also, somebody who doesn't usually go in unless they know they're going to win. And at this point, I don't know that you know you're going to win. I don't think you're convinced that you're going to win. And I think that's what the hesitation is about. But I feel like even though you've got an Empress here, who I feel is your natural match, that you're not entirely sure if the Empress now believes that you are soulmates, because you wouldn't show your feelings on the surface. We have the 6 of Swords. There is going to be movement here, and transformation is what it looks like. And then we do have the Ace of Cups. So I was talking about the Ace of Cups between the 8 and the 9, and there it shows up, right? So we do have, this could be a transformational love for you, but you're going to have to move. You're going to have to get out of your head and go from the chaos to a calmer state of mind here. Turn your back on the crazy thoughts you've been having that it won't work, and just go for it. Whether it works out for you or not is not really all that important. What works out is that you take the chance, I feel. I think you're supposed to take the chance. And whether it works or whether it doesn't, you still get the lesson. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Libra, and Taurus. We've got Leo. Yeah, like, look, you're shining all over this Queen of Swords here. This person, I feel, at one point was probably really honest with you, and now you're having some sort of a breakthrough, realizing that they really were honest with you for a purpose. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Leo. We've got Scorpio, Aries. We've got Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. We've got Cancer and Pisces. I feel like you have really deep, deep feelings for this person. All right. Tell me about Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Virgo, please. Sneak peek for this week. The next 7 days for Virgo, please. Tell me about Virgo. Tell me about Virgo, please. I don't know why it's Imagine Dragons Day today, but just a young gun with a quick fuse. Want to let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and want to leave my old life behind. That's what I'm getting for you, Virgo. Let's see if that has anything to do with what I'm reading today. There it is. Going to leave my old life behind. That's what I just said here. We've got the Eight of Cups. And you are disconnecting from something. Absolutely. Feels like you're walking away from something. Away from something in order to find something much better. You're walking into the sun. I feel like you're willing to leave the Eight Cups behind. Going to leave my old life behind. That's what the Imagine Dragon says. Boy, take a number. I was lightning before the thunder. I think this is the lightning before the thunder is what it is. You're going to be walking away from something here. We've got the Three of Wands. Yeah, you're poised to do that. Look, we've got this Three of Wands and we've got this third wand that's ready to burn down. And when it does, you'll be ready to go. You'll be ready to catch the wave. And look, there's water in both of these pictures. It does feel like this is something that's really deeply emotional for you. Moving on or disconnecting or leaving the old life behind. It feels like you are making some sort of decision because the Two of Wands is preparation to make some sort of decision. Waiting for the wave. Preparing. She's standing on the edge of the water with the board, waiting for the wave, right? Tell me more. Feels like I want to go out there and see what's out there for me. We've got Four Wands. Maybe there's something stable or exciting. A new opportunity, a new chapter. And we've got the Page of Wands. You're taking some sort of really big risk is what it feels like here, Virgo. So the Page of Wands, I feel, is, this particular page is just throwing their wand in the air, and wherever it lands, that's where this person is going to go. They're very risky. It's a very risky way to travel, getting onto a new path and just throwing it in the air and saying, you know what, it is what it is. I'm just going to go wherever this wand takes me, wherever your excitement takes you. Tell me about this Eight of Cups, please. We've got the Devil energy. We've got the Wheel. And we've got the Five of Swords. So this is here, you here thinking all of the things that could go wrong. Because you're the one that goes over all the details, all the analytics. It's got to be perfect. You have a perfection issue, right, Virgo? Look. Perfection issue is what it is, right? You want to make sure that everything goes to plan the way you planned it, or what was the point of me thinking that all over? Like you get in this loop of editing the edits, right? So I think that the Devil energy tells me here that there is some sort of obsessive energy that it makes me feel like you want to move forward, but you're very much attached to maybe something in the past. I feel like this is why we got the Eight of Cups first, is because I feel like you're going to have to be emotionally detached from the situation in order to move forward. And I feel like the pulling you forward into the future is something you can't ignore. You can't ignore the major arcanas, right? So I feel while the Devil is trying to pull you to the past, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is pulling you forward. And I feel like it's a tug and a pull between the Devil and the Angel. It feels like it's been taking you a long time to get here, because I feel like you have an attachment that's holding you to the past. The Five of Swords is telling me that either you're arguing with yourself or having some sort of intrusive thoughts about all the things that could go wrong. The Wheel of Fortune is here, though, and we're on the precipice of change here. Things are about to change, and you have to change. Like, there's no way you can't when the Wheel of Fortune is here. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but Jupiter, right? Things are growing, getting bigger. And I feel like maybe it's moving too quickly for you. And now you have to make this decision to catch the wave and go right now. Like this is like, boom, you got to get it done, right? The Page of Wands is ready, always ready. And then the Two of Wands shows up. Look, when I see the Two of Wands, to me, it's like no planning. I'm just going to jump in head first. And we did see the Two of Wands over here on this card, right? Once that third one burns down. So the Two of Wands for me, when it's in the upright, it's more about preparation. I really have to think about it. Now to where do I want to go next? For me, the Two of Wands in the reverse is like, I'm just going to jump in head first. And I feel like the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands are giving me this risky energy. And you're feeling really defensive about it. What if it all goes wrong? You're being given a second chance at something here. So I want to say that there is something that you wanted to do or wished you could do that you feel like you left behind in your life. But with the thing about the Judgment card is whatever is meant for you will never pass you by, especially when the wheel is in town. The wheel is bringing things back possibly with you from the past, going to meet you in the future with this. So you're being given another chance to take a leap of faith on something here. And it could be something that makes you very, very happy. Tell me more. This is celebration and happiness and people coming together to celebrate you because you've made this decision to go on a different trajectory in your life. It's like, I got to get all my friends together to say bye because I got to go. I've got the Queen of Pentacles here. So it's really important for you to have your stability, right? It's the only pentacle that has shown up here. It's really important for you to have your stability, to do things slowly, to feel it out. You're quite psychic. Like all the other earth signs, you are stuck to the ground. You feel the vibrations, right? I feel like you've been very focused on your pentacle world lately, how you make your money, where you make your money, possibly adorning your home or taking care of your body. It feels like you've been very focused on you. And now it's time for you to focus on your friends here. Yeah, the Fool's coming up too. So as I was pulling these three cards, it was like, yep, it's the new chapter. You better make sure you're healed because this is going to be emotional. I feel like you are trying your best to stay open-hearted, to stay open to the unexpected. I'd say expect the unexpected. And so you're trying to stay open to the unexpected. So universe is saying here, the Fool is here. There's nothing you can do about it. When the majors show up, it's like you can react or respond. That's it. So I feel like there is a new chapter showing up, but I feel like the new chapter here might have something to do with your work or with money or with leveling you up into the Queen of Pentacles energy, whether you're feminine or masculine. You're getting a second chance at something that you feel like you left back there. Oh, I gave that up. I'm never going to get a chance at that again. And I feel like you are being given a chance to do it again if you want to. So whatever's meant for you will never pass you by, and that means if it's meant for you, there's no way it will leave you. So it might leave you for a time because it'll show up, and if you weren't ready for it, Virgo, then it's going to show up again at a time when the universe thinks you're ready for it. What's the outcome, please, for Virgo? We've got the Eight of Swords. We've got the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it's all up in your head right now. It's the practical Virgo getting stuck in the analytics, editing, and then going back to the edits, and then editing the edits, and so forth and so on, right? It feels like you keep going back there and revisiting, but what if? But what if? Did I check this? Did I check that? It's like checking, it's like you get into the car and you turn on, you get a block away, but did I shut off the stove? Is my flat iron still on? Like, it feels like you can't get out of this energy of spiraling in the mind, I want to say. We do have Eight of Swords and we have the Seven of Swords. It's like you don't trust yourself yet. You don't trust yourself enough to make a decision to sign some sort of contract or enter into a life contract. Tell me what what's around the corner here for Virgo, please. We do have the Moon energy. We do have the Star. But is this good for me? Because what if I don't get any justice when I get there and I realize that I've made the wrong decision? The moon energy, again, major arcana. Justice in the reverse, major arcana. The star, major arcana. You have a lot of change coming up for you. When you make this decision, things are going to start moving really quickly because this energy is here. When you make the decision to detach from whatever you've been thinking about and detach from your emotions, I feel like you just go full bore here. The moon is, I'm not really sure what could happen, and I can't plan out the future, so I don't know if I want to move forward. It feels like the star is here to give you a little light or shed a little light on the subject, reminding you that this is your wish fulfillment. And you're here with the justice in the reverse, but what if it doesn't work out? It will, as long as you take charge. Your stability, your security, going over the analytics, all the details. The emperor is the one who runs the entire empire. That's the 4 kingdoms, right? That's a lot of people to manage. And so I feel like you're the right person for the job. I just don't think that you believe you're the right person for the job. We've got the 4 of Pentacles and we've got the Knight of Cups. For some of you, this could be a romantic situation that you're holding back from because you don't think that you're going to have success. And this makes sense because the Emperor will never go into a situation where they think they're going to lose. I have to make sure my analytics are on point, Elsie, because there's no way that I can lose this. I'm not going to look a fool. All right. We've got Aries, Libra, more Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio. Also, Sagittarius. We've got Capricorn, Cancer, and Pisces. I feel like this is a really deeply emotional thing for you to do with Cancer here, Cancer and Pisces, but I feel like 8 of Cups is why you are detaching from your emotions in order to make this decision. All right, Libra. Tell me about Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Tell me what's up for the sneak peek for this week or for the next 7 days for Libra, please. Tell me about Libra. Oh, Libra, we start with the Empress. Why is that? Something is about to be born. Could be a child, could be a creative project, could be a new job. Something is on the horizon that's new. Happiness, family. There may be a pregnancy in your family, whether you're aware of it or not. Someone might announce a pregnancy. But I feel like whatever this abundance is about to be your dreams come true here. That's what it looks like. Libra, did you see that reading yesterday? It was pretty great. And now look, we're at this again. We've got justice here. And yeah, we've got justice in the 10 of Cups. Look at that. Double Libra. Something is about to be restored. Your happiness or your faith or your abundance or your stability is about to be restored here. It's like you're getting a karmic payout of some sort, Libra. And it's coming in quickly, friend. It comes with a message. I believe that there is some sort of a messenger. It feels like you don't get the whole message at the beginning. It feels like you just get a quick email or please call this number because we have this for you or something like that. Make sure you're not getting scammed. But it feels like this Knight of Swords here is the one who just kind of blurts it out and keeps moving. Got to get to my next destination. It's like you don't have all of the details, so you might have to contact a lawyer. You might have to contact some sort of judiciary person in order to get more information. It could be a legal thing for some of you. Could be a legal decision that you've been waiting on. And if it is, it's going to make you very happy. I feel like something's being said in your favor here. Something's about to turn out good for you. There's a decision that's been made. We've got 2 swords here. A decision has been made here on your behalf. Tell me about the Empress, please. This could be your energy. This is Taurus and Libra, feminine or masculine. We've got the Four of Pentacles. We've got the Three of Wands in the reverse. And we've got the Hierophant. Look, the wait is over. The wait is over. There's no more holding back. And the Hierophant is here. Whatever is showing up is really abundant. And I feel like you have held your position. You've been steadfast, holding your position, waiting for this decision to show up. I feel like it's being made in your favor because the Hierophant is someone who is engaged in truth, right? This person is preaching doctrines the way they see them, the way they interpret them, the way they see them to be the truth. But you're being viewed as someone who always does the right thing, who's truthful and honest. Justice is here, so is the Hierophant. And I feel like that's why something here is being decided in your favor. But there's no more holding back. I feel like you no longer have to wait for an answer, that something is going to show up this week. It might be regarding abundance. Now look, abundance is a lot of things. It could be good health, wealth, money, people, family, babies, right? Whatever it is abundance. Tell me more about Libra. We have the Judgment card, we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the Five of Swords. The Judgment card tells me that you are going to be able to lay to rest something that you've been wanting to let go of for a while. I feel like this is a time of healing, actually. It feels like a time of healing and sort of a resurrection. It's like you can now drop the burdens of who you used to be or how you used to live, or it feels like something here is being, you're going on a new trajectory here. Your life is taking a turn, like for a positive. And I feel like it's that you'll probably be going on this next path alone. It feels like you'll be going on it independently here. I feel like you're winning an argument, is what it feels like. It could be a legal argument. It feels like something's being said in your favor because you're being seen as the person who's telling the truth, who's being honest, who's telling the truth, who's always on the right path, who's like maybe engaged in charity, benefiting other people, always helping out the next guy. It feels like something here is in transformation. So I feel like whatever the argument was, I feel like people see you, someone is saying, you know what? Libra's been through enough. Libra's been through enough. Let them have the throne because they've gotten here. There should be some respect thrown on the name of Libra because they have got to this place by themselves. No one helped them. They did it themselves. And so I feel like a judgment's being cast upon you by the universe. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas, which means something is going to drastically change. And when I was saying something you can lay to rest, the Death card showed up. There's something here that you can lay to rest, and you're going to be able to move forward from here. And it feels like I said, it comes in as an unclear message. You have to research it in order to get the details. You have to contact somebody, contact a lawyer, contact somebody who's a judge, a magistrate possibly, somebody who is an authority figure. We have a couple of authority figures here, right? Tell me what the outcome is here for Libra. We have the Ten of Swords. Something is being released. You're going to be able to release something here. We've got the Ace of Cups. Yep, this is a brand new chapter, friend. It's a brand new chapter of your cup overfloweth. Emotional happiness. But it feels like it's never ending. It feels like it's gonna, like this 10 of cups, when we get to the 10s, it goes back to the ace. And then you scoop in your cup and you go to the 10 and you go back to the ace. It's like you're going to be in this perpetual cycle of good things happening now. You've come through a hardest part of your life and now it's time for good things to happen. The Two of Wands, right? You made a decision here. You made a decision in the past, I feel, that is now catching up with you as good karma. And it's going to be restored or paid out to you. Tell me what's around the corner for Libra. We've got the Three of Pentacles. Yep, Temperance is here. The Two of Swords. A decision is what it is. A decision. Yep, 10 swords. There they are. I was just looking at 2, 3, 4, and 5. 9. 2, 3, 4, 9. There was some worry. 10 is here. We graduate to the 10 where you can let go of the hurt and the pain that this whole thing caused you. Because Temperance is here to heal everything and to give you some balance, right? This person's got their foot on the earth and in the water. This is going to heal you and bring you to a place of balance, happiness, and breakthroughs, one after the other after the other. You're going to start building some sort of a foundation that you never thought was possible, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, or materially. We've got the moon energy here. So it's something that you never thought was going to happen because things didn't look as they seemed. You couldn't really tell what was going to go on, but the justice is here. So something is being said in your favor. There's been a breakthrough here and there's a new beginning here. It might be about money. It could be if you know that you already have some sort of legal thing going on, but something is about to be said in your favor. Look, it could be a job. It could be maybe you've been waiting for months to hear from a job that you really, really wanted. I feel like you'll be hearing about it. Something is being said in your favor so it can restore your faith in the universe, your faith in yourself. We've got Pisces and Cancer. We've got Libra energy, Scorpio, Aquarius energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, and Pisces. Sagittarius energy again, Gemini. We've got more Libra, Taurus, Pisces, and Taurus and Libra energy with Leo on the bottom of the deck. All right, Scorpio. Tell me what's going on for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what is up this week, the next 7 days for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio, please. What is going on for Scorpio? We've got 10 of Cups. That's how your week is starting, Scorpio. All right, tell me about the 10 of Cups. The Judgment card. So for some of you, it's a decision. I'm just going to be happy. I've decided to let bygones be bygones, leave that stuff in the past. And I'm just going to move forward here. It's a decision you're making. And I think you're making it in conjunction with the universe because I feel like the universe has been calling you to make that decision. You know, happiness is an inside job, as I always say, right? It's not anything external to you that will make you happy. Things that are external to you might make you happy for a short period of time, but this is the long-term happiness. This is a tens, right? Tell me more. Got the Five of Swords. And the Ten of Swords. You know what? I feel like I'm talking to a Scorpio who's always had to fight for their happiness. No matter what, I'm always fighting for happiness. I'm fighting to do the right thing. I'm fighting to do the right thing for other people. And I feel like you've always had to fight to do the right thing to be happy. I feel like this is going to no longer be a fight for you. I think that in the next 7 days, for sure, it's going to be effortless, I want to say. That you can let go of the Five of Swords, releasing people who would come up against you, who have different ideas that you do. Maybe it's different political views. Maybe it's different world organization views. Maybe it's whatever it is. It feels like you can release that because I think something is about to take a turn in your life for the better. And the only way that the judgment works is if you leave things behind. So Judgment shows up and says, hey, it's time to go. It's time to release the Five of Swords. It's time to release the intrusive thoughts, the arguments that you had with somebody back there that you felt like they got the best of you. It's time for you to let that go, and it's time for you to be happy here. Tell me about the Ten of Cups, please. We've got the Devil. we've got the Hierophant, and we've got the World card. Look, the Hierophant, the Devil, and the World card tells me somebody is letting go of a relationship. I feel like somebody is leaving a relationship behind in order to be happy. It could be a committed relationship. It feels like with the Hierophant here and the World card, I feel like you've picked up some sort of worldly energy. Like I want to say that you have expanded yourself, expanded your mind, and I feel like you're on some sort of really sturdy, solid path where you've decided that there's just going to be nothing that's going to push me off that path. That if I want to be happy, I've got to leave the energy that would have me trapped. I've got to leave that energy behind. With the Devil energy being here, I just want to say that it feels like somebody was in a toxic marriage or in a toxic committed relationship. And we've decided, you know what? No more. I'm walking through. This is an accomplishment or a milestone. Somebody here has realized that I'm better off on my own and happy than I am being in some sort of a toxic relationship here. So it feels like, although it's painful and awful, because the Ten of Swords is that, although it's really painful and awful, I feel like you're choosing you. You're choosing your happiness. Maybe you're taking your kids and going, right? Feminine or masculine? We've got the Three of Swords. You are going with a bit of a broken heart, though. Got the Nine of Pentacles. You will become single. This really does feel like, now I'm not telling you that your relationship is about to break up, so please don't freak out. If you know that this situation is what you're living right now, and you've already made this decision, I think I'm supposed to tell you that things are going to work out fine. You are going to be happy again. You're going to be happy and single. And I feel like, yes, you will go through a broken heart. It's not going to be easy to do, but it feels like you will heal that. You will release the Three of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords. So I feel like you do have worries about possibly financial things. I feel like you do want to venture out on your own and build something on your own. And I feel like you're confident enough to do it, but I also feel like you're a little bit worried about it. The Nine of Swords, of course, is the end of the cycle, and then the Ten of Swords is here, but the Nine of Pentacles is also the end of the cycle. I feel like you're questioning whether you can build it yourself or not, or whether you can live on your own or carry your own mortgage, or yeah, it's the realization that things are shifting and you can't stop it. There's nothing you can do when the Tower shows up. All you can do is watch the rubble, because the thing is that when the Tower shows up, it shows up because you put something on the back burner. You waited too long, and this is your destiny, right? The Tower shows up as mercy to show you where the next path is. And when the Tower falls, then you can see across the other side of the Tower. Oh, there it is, right? You can see the next path. And so I feel like as the Tower is falling, it's not going to be easy for you. I'm not even going to lie. It's not going to be easy for you, Scorpio, as the Tower falls, but it must. And I feel like it's here to bust you out of this Three of Swords. It's here to bust you out of the worry of the future, which is the Nine of Swords. And I feel like it's preparing you to build a new foundation so you can build something stronger all by yourself, which is the Nine of Pentacles. Tell me what the outcome is, please, for Scorpio. Tell me what the outcome is. Now, when we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant could definitely be a marriage, but understand it could be a job. You've decided, you know what, I'm done here. It's a toxic work environment. I'm done here. It's a toxic relationship. I'm done here. My family is toxic. I'm moving away, maybe across the world. Like, it feels like somebody here is done with holding themselves to a commitment when everyone else is just doing their own toxic thing. Why am I the one who's standing up as the Hierophant, doing the right thing, keeping on the straight and narrow? Maybe you come from a long line of alcoholics or a long line of people who are very toxic in their energy. Arguments, fighting, violence. And I feel like somebody here it feels like you're the cycle breaker. You've decided that's the end. I need to be happy. And whatever children I have from here forward are only going to know happiness and stability and strength and courage. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Lovers in the reverse. We've got the Three of Pentacles. And the Six of Wands. Look, I feel like something is over here, but I know that you know that you can rebuild, because I feel like you've already built a friendship base or a network. Possibly you've already got the new job, or you're got the mortgage in the works here. It feels like this Six of Wands tells me that you will have security and stability here. You will have victory and success. And I feel like you'll also have a spotlight. I feel like people didn't see it coming, I want to say, Scorpio, because that's how you roll, right? You do things sort of strategically and under the surface. And you don't really whip out that sword. You don't really pull it out of the sheath unless you have to. And I think somebody is pulling that sword out of the sheath. I wonder if we'll see the Strength card here. Got the Eight of Cups. Take your shit and go. That's what it is. The Eight of Cups and the Five of Cups and the Temperance card. Look, it's not going to be easy, as I said. It's not going to be easy. Once you disconnect and you release this, you're probably going to have some regrets. Should I have done that? It happens. If you're anybody who's watching this and you've been through a divorce, tell me you didn't have 5 seconds of thought of, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe it's not what was best for me or best for the kids or best for... You start thinking of everyone else, right? And I feel like Temperance here is going to stop you in your tracks and say, no, this was the healed thing to do. You have to go through these paces of grief, right? The 5 stages of grief. You have to go through that stuff. Five of Cups, right? That's going to... it's going to put you in a place where you are going to have some hope eventually, but right now you're focused on the things that you're losing. We have the Six of Pentacles, but it's only going to build you to a place where I feel like the 3 builds to the 6. I feel like you double your money, maybe you're leaving a job, maybe you double whatever it was that you were making, but it also could mean that, now you're going to have more to share with other people because you're making more. But maybe going to a place where you're going to get reciprocal energy finally. We have the King of Cups, and there you are, the stoic face, right? Not telling anybody, not showing anybody. You could be going through a whole ass tower and nobody's ever going to know, because you're never going to let them see it on the surface. You're going to hold it back for sure, because you're stuck in your head until you get the right perspective here. I feel like you'll be in a pause until you can make some decisions about what comes next. I feel like happiness is here. I feel like it doesn't feel like happiness because the tower's involved, but I feel like the tower shifts you out of mercy. Because had you stayed where you were, the devil would have just gobbled you up. Yep. The devil just would have consumed you. You just would have ended up being just like them. You're just the same as them. I'm telling you, it's an Imagine Dragons Day. It's just the same as them, same as them. The song is called Sharks. You didn't know that you were playing with sharks, that they were just the same as them, and you were treating them as though they were the same as you. And that's not the same. No. We've got Scorpio. We've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Aquarius. Again, we've got Virgo and Pisces. We've got the Lovers in the reverse is Gemini. We have Pisces energy again, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, more Taurus, and Capricorn energy. All right. Let it go is the way that it goes. First you're in, then you're out. Everybody knows. I'm just thinking about that song Sharks by Imagine Dragons. Yeah. You're going to find out you're playing with sharks. That's what it is. All right, here we go. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sag. What's going on for Sag this week, please? Next 7 days. Sneak peek for this week. Tell me about Sagittarius. Fire family. Tell me about Sag. We've got the six of Wands. We've got the Six of Swords. The Page of Wands, and we've got the Nine of Pentacles. It feels like there's movement here. There's movement to something that is going to make you happy, something that you're going to feel like, I've got the victory. Yeah, I did it. Like it feels like you're accomplishing something. Maybe you're finishing your book. Maybe you're putting the finishing touches on the paint, on the picture that you're painting. But it feels like that that you're getting the victory on something here because of movement. Now, you're leaving something toxic or hard to deal with in the past. It feels like you're, maybe it's a chaotic mindset. Maybe it was a feeling of, I don't have any way to move forward. But I feel like this Page of Wands is telling me that you get some sort of a spark of genius or spark of excitement. And I feel like whatever it is that you're working on, that you are completing this week, it feels like it's going to make you feel very confident. I knew I could do it. Or maybe you didn't quite know you could do it, but it's going to make you feel like the Nine of Pentacles. So if it is a painting, maybe you are getting paid for that painting. Maybe I'm finally finished the project and now I can sell the bench I've been making. But it feels like something is being completed here this week and you are getting some type of victory. It's like this Page of Wands is giving me the energy of somebody who is like gassed out, but it's like the last leg of the race. And I know if I just put everything into it, I'm going to get the victory, is what it feels like. It's something that you've built on your own. Nothing that someone has helped you with. And I feel like while it's been pretty chaotic in the mind, and I feel like you're kind of exhausted because we're at the nines here, it feels like you pull out everything you've got in order to get the victory. We've got the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I don't think you're showing anybody like all the trials that you're going through trying to get this completed, whatever it is. Could be a cycle. Could be a cycle of overthinking. Tell me about the Six of Wands, please. Got the Ace. Yeah, it feels like it's going to make you money here. It feels like it's this Ten of Swords is giving me a sigh of relief. It's like, now I can rest for a little bit. I can take a day off. It feels like you've been going, maybe for a long time, like maybe for 9 days, 9 months, 9 weeks. It feels like now you can take a breath. You can now release something. It was fears of the mind, I feel, that you're finally releasing. And then we've got the Star, which comes in as healing. I feel like whatever it is, you are going to be blessed with some sort of financial thing because of whatever it is that you're completing. It could be making up your mind about something as well. And it could be that maybe you finally come to a realization that a long-term relationship is what you want. For others of you, I really do feel like you're completing something. It's something that is going to, that you've put a long time investment in. And it goes from the Ace to the 9, like it goes from the Ace to the 10, like really quickly. So it feels like it's something you've been waiting to complete so you could get paid for it. Maybe it's a job you're doing. Maybe it's contract work. But it feels like it's been an arduous journey, really hard. A lot of people you've been arguing with, the people who are maybe saying things behind your back, like there is just no way Sagittarius is going to figure it out. I feel like you're coming to the end of a cycle that's been really hard, been hard on you mentally for sure. The Star is here. I feel like at the end of all of this is the healing, or maybe the Aquarius. Take it as it resonates for you. But it feels like there is there's a release here. And it could be a release of tears. It could be a heavy sigh. It could be, yeah, it feels like you're at the end of a project. Or at the and of course, endings are always new beginnings, right? And that's why the Ace of Pentacles is here. That's why I'm talking about endings, because I'm seeing the new beginning. So that obviously that means there had to be an ending. And I feel like it's overthinking or something like that. Tell me about Sag. We've got the Five of Swords. We've got the Empress in reverse. And we've got the Seven of Cups. The Empress in reverse. I feel like these Five Swords here tell me that you are, it almost feels like, don't get too excited. Maybe it isn't as it seems. The Empress in reverse is, I feel like you are the Empress. I want to say, Sag, that you are the Empress, but the Empress is in the reverse, so she's kind of doubting herself. And I think that she's doubting herself because the Five of Swords is here. I also think she's doubting herself because the Seven of Cups is here. And the Seven of Cups is sort of overwhelming emotions. So maybe you're like glad you've come to the end of the cycle where now you can breathe, but maybe it's a little bit of sadness that the cycle is over. And it's sort of a confusing time. These are The Five Swords to me is like fighting the self. I think you're fighting the self because the Empress is in the reverse. And the Empress in the reverse doesn't have, like, knows they're beautiful, knows they're talented, knows they're handsome, knows they have all the skills, but is doubting themselves. Imposter syndrome. It's like but really, do I deserve the kudos? I think you do. But I think you're doubting the self. Yeah, you're very humble, I want to say. You're keeping it under the surface. So whatever this is feels like a major accomplishment to you, but you feel like if you say anything to anyone that they're going to call you egoic, or they're going to tell you, yeah, well, I could have done it 10 times better. Like it feels like that sort of energy here, Sag. Tell me why the King of Cups is here. Queen of Wands. Nine of Wands. Yeah, you need to drop a burden here. You need to drop a burden here because there is something here that you've been working on for a really long time. And I think that you've been keeping it a secret or under the surface, not really telling anybody. And I think it's been really hard on you to do it by yourself. It could be carrying a business, carrying the home, carrying the children, carrying the mortgage. Like maybe it's that. It feels like something that is an accomplishment that you should be proud of, but it feels like you're very humble about it. You're really not showing it to anybody because you feel like it's an imposter syndrome situation. I'm not really the Empress, Elsie. I think that you are the Empress. I just don't feel like you're the Empress. But I think that other people that look at you say, that's a whole ass Empress. Tell me what the outcome is here for Sagittarius. We've got the... I did say Aquarius over here. Aquarius shows up again here. Oh, look at the King and the Queen of Swords. What? What's going on here? Okay, let me look this over again. Hang on. The King and the Queen of Swords are here with the Page of Cups. It feels like there's going to be a conversation. A new conversation with somebody who I feel admires you. Somebody who sees you standing up on your own. I'm just looking at the divorcee, right? The Queen of Swords is, is known as the divorcee, and only because somebody who has been married for a long, long time. If you're a woman in a marriage with a man, you'll know what I'm talking about, right? That person could maybe be the one who was speaking for you for a long time, and then all of a sudden you went out on your own, and now it's like this world of I've got to be the best at what I am. I've got to do the best things. It feels like there is something that you're doing, that you're growing, Sagittarius, that you've grown. It's about to be birthed. And at the moment it's about to be birthed, all of a sudden you get into this humble energy of like, yeah, I did it on my own. And it took a lot of hard work. And I put a lot of work into it, but I don't think I'm going to say. I feel like the King of Swords shows up and says, what do you mean you're not going to say? What do you mean you're not going to say? I feel like this person is going to be really honest with you and say, do you know what you did, Sag? You completed some sort of a cycle that no other people could complete. Came through the Ten of Swords, and then you healed yourself. You are your own healer. After all this time when you had been stuck in the past in this chaotic mindset. So I feel like someone sees you as having a spark of brilliance. Someone who sees you as doing it all on your own, Nine of Pentacles. And it feels like this King of Swords is like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're not the Empress? Tell me what the outcome is here. The outcome is here, please. Oh, this is the outcome. Sorry, what's around the corner is the Nine of Cups. It's the Ace of Cups, and it's the Hierophant. Look, I feel like this person's telling you, look, you need to learn to accept that people are happy for you. Or you need to learn to accept your wish fulfillment. You need to learn to accept the happy things in life. You have to allow people to celebrate with you. And the Ace of Cups is here. It does feel like this person is someone who's trying to talk you up because they have an interest in you romantically. I'm just going to say there is a little bit of affection, respectful affection. I see that these two, I feel, always respect each other. Ultimately, there's respectful affection here. And I think that this person sees you as a spiritual leader, Sag. They see you as someone who could be a love interest. 10 Cups is here. But they're also someone who's trying to teach you how to receive. Because I feel like whoever I'm talking to isn't really good at receiving kudos or receiving, wow, that's really great. You're not really good at receiving. And so I feel like this person is encouraging you to step into your queen energy, to become the Empress in the upright. One more card. Yep, there it is. I feel like the King of Swords, the authority, the person maybe who's judging your work or judging you, or, somebody who is maybe your friend, who has an interest in you and your art, your work, your book, your whatever it is that you're doing, whatever business you've built, whatever you've built on your own. It feels like this person is somebody who's got your back, that they're reminding you who you are, that you're the only one that stood up by yourself. But I think it's because this person might have a romantic interest in you. The Sun is here. This person is trying to help you have a breakthrough, showing you as it could be maybe you built a spiritual business. Look, the Hierophant is here, right? So somebody here sees you as somebody who is a spiritual teacher. And it might be this king here. Very interesting. All right, we do have Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and Leo. Libra and Taurus, more Taurus. We have Aquarius energy. And Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We've got Capricorn on the bottom of the deck here. All right, all right. Speaking of Capricorn, tell me about Capricorn in the week ahead, please. The next 7 days for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn. What's going on for Cappies, please? We have the Two of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Cups. And the Eight of Cups. Look, I feel like you're making a decision this week to disconnect or detach from something emotionally because you need to make a really clear decision about what to do next. It feels like this Five of Pentacles is telling me that you are about to make a decision to leave someone on the outside looking in. You're about to disconnect or detach from someone here. And the Seven of Cups is telling me that you are confused about whether you should do it or not. It's overwhelming. Should I make that decision? Should I pick that cup off the wall? Because once you make the decision, you can't go back. I feel like you make the decision. I feel like you do pick a cup, and the Eight of Cups tells me that you are deciding to disconnect from someone here. You're releasing something, and it's something emotional. It could be that you're releasing emotion. Look, Venus is in retrograde in Aries right now. There's a lot of crying going on. Those of you who are weepy, like me, Pisces moon, I've been crying for 2 days. It could be that. I feel like somebody here is releasing their emotions, detaching from the confusion, and going straight up with this Five of Pentacles. I have to make a practical decision that's going to be the best for me. I can't be in this confusion anymore. Tell me about the Two of Wands, please. We've got the Queen of Swords. Yes. Yup. You have to get into your Queen of Swords energy, Capricorn. Maybe you have an air energy placement. But the Queen of Swords is somebody who is non-apologetic. I am just making the decision that I'm making. It's nothing against you. Don't take it personally. I need to just make this decision. And it's the best for what is next on your path. Nothing personal, friend. I just need to make this decision. You know, the Queen of Swords isn't ruffling feathers here. She's just being really honest and truthful. This is a person who it's really hard to be in favor with the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords doesn't pick favorites. The Queen of Swords is just honest with everybody, right? She's just honest with everybody. Tell me more. I feel like you have to make some sort of decision to be honest with someone, to say, no more. That's it. Detaching from the situation. Yep, you're putting up boundaries here. It's like I need to protect my mental health The Queen of Swords would do that. She has boundaries, right? Feels like you are trying to protect your mental health. Two of Swords. Oh, it's an emotional decision. That's what I'm feeling here. But I feel like you need to close your eyes, put the blindfold on, and feel your way through it. The Two of Swords is here. I feel like you didn't want to have to do this. Look, the Queen of Swords is not going to seek you out to give you crap about what she thinks is her opinion. That's not, she's using facts. She's using facts. You just can't argue with this person because they come at you with factual information. I think somebody is done with another person, situation, job, whatever it is. Somebody has sort of been pushed over the edge into the place where they are now, the Queen of Swords. Now I'm not playing. Got the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands. We've got the Five of Wands. Yeah, no more holding back. It's time to take action here. And we have the Nine of Wands. I feel like you were waiting. You were waiting and holding back with indecision. And it feels like because you didn't want to make someone else, the Nine of Wands, you didn't want to make someone else unhappy or make them feel hurt. It really does feel like what you're dealing with, Capricorn, is there is somebody in your life possibly who is having a rough time of it. And I feel like that person is trying to put that on you, either blame you for it or say, well, you know, you should be nicer to me because life has dealt me a raw hand. It feels, and I'm not saying, like, the Queen of Swords is doing things out of her heart, but you're already disconnected here in the Eight of Cups. And I feel like it's not that you are disconnected. I feel like you're not being a hard ass about it, but you're just looking at the facts. And the facts are, when you are the lifeguard, if you head off to help that person and they are not going to allow you, they're not going to calm themselves so you can take them to safety, then you got to let them go under, because they're going to pull you under if they're being unreasonable when you get there. And so I feel like you don't want to be pulled into the Nine of Wands. And so you were holding back, hoping that this person would get their victory, help themselves. But I feel like this person is emotionally stunted, I want to say. They're acting risky. They're not making good decisions in their life. They're doing things that I feel are not good for them. But they're acting immature, I want to say. You were hoping that as you worked and as you continued to grow, that this person would watch you and catch on. Maybe hopefully they would emulate you. They would see that there is a certain formula that was working for you, and you were hoping that the formula, that they would catch on and ask, hey, can I have the recipe? How does that work? But they didn't. I think that this person just chose to be the wounded warrior. Somebody who just can't seem to let go of their past or let go of burdens. Tell me what the outcome is here for Capricorn. Think about Capricorn outcome. We've got the Ace of Wands. We've got the World card. And we've got the Six of Pentacles. I'd love to hang around and help you out, but I've got things to do too. I feel like there is somebody here that you've been helping out for a really long time, and now you're sort of at the end of your rope. I feel like, we pull out the Queen of Swords because the Queen of Swords is where we go to get our strength and honesty and truthfulness. And we don't mean to hurt your feelings, but I've just got to be honest with you. Finally, I've got to put up these boundaries because there's some decisions I've got to make here that are not going to be fun. In fact, they could be heartbreaking. Queen has a sword, and then there's Two of Swords. I feel like with this World card, it's like, I got to close the door. I'd love to hang around, but I got things to do. The Ace of Wands is here. I have an exciting life ahead of me, and I cannot sit here and wait and hope for you to catch on to the formula or ask for the recipe. We've got, I feel like the Six of Pentacles is telling me that I've given you reciprocal energy for long enough. Feels like somebody here is closing the door on this. Tell me what's around the corner for Capricorn. We have the Knight of Swords. Yeah. Ooh, yikes. Ow. Yeah. So the Knight of Swords, right, is the one who's just, I'm just going to throw it out there for you. And however you feel about it, if you feel about it some type of way, that is your problem. That's a you problem. That is not a Capricorn problem. I feel like you're taking the higher ground is what you're doing. You're taking the higher ground, but you are firm in your decision. You are firm in your decision. I have stability. I have security. I can no longer feed you fish. You must learn how to fish. All you got to do is look at the recipe and you'll learn how to cook fish. You'll learn how to get fish for yourself. But I feel like somebody here is not willing to do that because they're in this wounded warrior energy, which means that they are identifying as the problem instead of separating themselves from the problem, looking at themselves as someone who could be a solution to a problem that's over there. They have made themselves connected to the problem. So they live as though they are the wound instead of figuring it out. We have the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like, I don't think you need to feel bad about your abundance. I feel like there's something here that you've built all by yourself and you've given as much help as you can give to somebody here. It's time for you to make a choice about what you're going to do. Am I going to be unhappy or am I going to be strong? So I feel like you're choosing you. Yeah, the breakthrough is I've got to choose me. I've got to be happy. All right. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We've got Aries. Taurus is here. Gemini, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And yeah, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Everything's here. We got Gemini here. All right. Aquarius. Tell me what's going on for Aquarius this week, please. Next 7 days, Aquarius. What is going on for Aquarius? Sweet little geniuses. What's going on for Aquarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's going on for Aquarius. We've got the Six of Swords. Sorry, not the 6, the 4. It's funny, as I said the 6 of Swords, I was like, what are you healing from? Because I saw the Libra sign here. This is the 4 of Swords. This is healing. What are you healing from here? You're getting stability of the mind. Whatever it is that you're doing is working. Feels like you are making decisions or you're not really sure what to say. So maybe you're just remaining silent because you're really not sure what to say. We've got the Fool energy. We've got the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Cups. You know what? It feels like you're about to walk through some sort of a doorway here, and it's going to immediately have you drop a bunch of burdens. I feel like you're making a decision of sorts here to step forward. I feel like right now you are working on, what you're working on healing is being single and happy. I feel like this is a place of beautiful healing is what it is. The Four of Swords is about healing of the mind. Fours are about stability. And then the swords are about communications and connections. This is Libra energy. You're getting balance and stability of the mind. So the Fool energy is about the brand new door that's opening. Your brand new chapter is here, I want to say, Aquarius. And the Ten of Wands is the burdens you can now put down. When we get to the 10, it's the end of the cycle. You can now go to the Ace of Wands, which is excitement and adventure and happiness and fiery fun. So the Nine of Cups, though, I feel like this Nine of Cups is, this is the inside job. This is the single and happy for me. This is a wish fulfillment. The wish fulfillment is single and happy. And it doesn't mean that you want to be single forever. It just means that in this moment, if you are single, I feel like you are healing yourself to a place of happiness, because in this new chapter, it's a chapter where Aquarius is not carrying anyone's burdens for them anymore. Tell me about this Four of Wands, please. We've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Knight of Swords, and we've got the King of Wands. You're the master of your domain, friend. The King of Wands is the person who has been forged through fire. This person is forged just like the steel sword in the fire, being hammered at, right? I feel like you are somebody who's come from a pretty tough life or a pretty tough cycle. But the King of Wands, understand, is on the throne in spite of everybody. Like I'm going to thrive, even where people thought that I wouldn't or couldn't. I feel like the Knight of Swords is telling me you're no longer going to be quiet about it either. You're going to step into a room, no longer wondering, do these people like me? You're now going to step into a room and shift the energy and wonder if I even want to be here. The Two of Wands tells me it's a decision. Yep. That's a decision that you're making. So I feel like you're in this healing energy to prepare to make a decision, to speak out loud about something. I feel like it's time that you just said it in plain and uncertain terms. And I don't think you're running around giving everybody what for. I don't think that's what's happening. But should they decide to come up against the king, I feel like you are using all of this energy as the King of Wands to speak your truth, which is the Knight of Wands, or sorry, the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about communication, connection. That's Gemini energy. And you could have a Gemini placement possibly. And it is... I'm going to say it out loud. So maybe I'm doing this because maybe you could be a Gemini rising. I'm just going to say it out there. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm just going to be honest with you, and you can deal with that the way you're going to deal with that. Tell me what else is coming up in the future for Aquarius, please. Yeah, because you've become the subject matter expert on something here. And I think that this Eight of Coins has told me that you are practicing a lot of self-mastery. Whatever it is you're doing right now, you're very much engaged in you. And so I feel like you're becoming the King of Wands, or realizing that you are the King of Wands, that you've been through a lot of things. And because you've become a king because you've been through a lot of things. And the Eight of Pentacles is about the self-mastery bit of it, right? It's about knowing the self. It's about going over the analytics, going over me, the self-audit. It's also about becoming, a subject matter expert on something here. We've got the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. Oh, very interesting. So I feel like you're in this healing energy. I feel like you're about to be motivated to go after something that you want. And I feel like it might be life. It just might be life in general, or just standing up to people and places and things and people who may have manipulated you possibly in the past. I feel, though, that you are becoming very clear about what it is that you want, and you're going to be motivated to go chase that thing, because that's what the King of Wands does, right? I'm just going to go get that over there. That thing is mine anyway. So you've already decided what is yours. And we do have the Knight of Wands here with the Page of Wands. Sorry, the Knight of Cups here with the Page of Wands. So it tells me that possibly that you've had some sort of a spark of romance, that you're thinking about someone who I feel that you're about ready to go get here. We do have the Two Pentacles in the reverse. You just haven't quite made the decision. You're still sort of in the back and forth of it. First, I feel first and foremost, you're supposed to get your stability, not only financially, but in your abundance period. But I feel like with yourself, I want to say that you have to decide what your legacy is going to be from here. What am I going to do going into the future? 8 and 2 is 10, right? The 10 of Pentacles is about legacy. And first I need to get my stability. And when I have my stability, then maybe I'll be ready for this little smoldering spark that I feel like there's a little smoldering spark between you and somebody else. This could just be a little point of excitement as well. Feeling like you're now ready for romance, possibly. Tell me what the outcome is for Aquarius. We've got the Magician. I like that. We've got the Five of Swords. And we've got the Eight of Swords. So I feel like you have decided that it's time to stop with these intrusive thoughts here. I feel like you sometimes put yourself in this place of I feel like you pop your own bubble sometimes. I'm just looking at these swords that are piercing the bubble, right? I feel like you pop your own bubble sometimes. It's like the intrusive thoughts get you stuck in the Eight of Swords, which is a place where you put yourself. It's an imprisonment of the mind. And so I feel like it's going to take everything to get you out of it. Now the Magician is here. The Magician holds all of the aces. And the Ace of Swords is one of those aces. I feel like this this energy of the Ace of Swords is what's going to cut you free from the Eight of Swords. I feel like that's why the Magician is showing up here to remind you that you do have all the resources and the skills to do whatever it is that you want. You're the master manifester. You can have whatever you speak into the universe. You just have to have the courage to speak it into the universe. Tell me what's around the corner for Aquarius, please. We have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. It does feel like there is somebody who might have their eye on you, possibly. Someone, the Queen of Pentacles could be that. If we are talking about romance, maybe your person is possibly a water sign, a fire sign, or an earth sign. We do have the Six of Swords here. I kind of like that because the Eight of Swords here is telling me that you're a prisoner of the mind. The Six of Swords is telling me that you're moving away from mental chaos and moving to the calm. I feel like you go from you are now in the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. It feels like stability, security, something you built yourself. You're realizing now in your confidence that you built yourself up by yourself. Nobody gave that to you. You're the person who is abundant because you're abundant because you grew it. I feel like you are in the Queen of Coins energy. So the Queen of Coins is somebody who is sturdy and stable, takes care of their body, takes care of themselves. It looks like here you're taking care of your mind as well. Feels like you're now moving away from any misconceptions you had about yourself. And then we have the Five of Cups. Why is that? You're making sense now of the sadness you've gone through in the past. It feels like you're sifting through that little by little. The Queen of Swords is the one who's being honest with themselves and everyone who is around them. The Page of Coins is here as well. So I feel like you're being honest with yourself about why you're sad, but you are moving away from this energy of the Six of Swords. I feel like what sort of made you sad is the 6 and 1 is 7. Somebody lied to you or deceived you. And I feel like that's what's making you sad, but you're now sorting through it, making sense of it. There's going to be a new beginning here, and I'm telling you it's going to escalate quickly because we do have 10 Pentacles here, which is your legacy, all of the money, all of the wealth, all of the health. Everything is about to go right because when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, it is your destiny. And so there's destined change here. You're on the precipice of change. Something big is about to change in your life, Aquarius. We've got the Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, and we've got the Page of Cups. So I feel like what you're doing is holding back a little bit, but I feel like inside you somewhere, there's a little spark of excitement that there is something new on the horizon in terms of romance. We do have the Three of Cups in the reverse, but I feel like right now is not the time. I'm going to say the Three of Cups is celebration, and I feel like right now you're not doing that right now. Yeah, first you need to get justice. I feel like you're the person you need to take care of first. You need to have restoration in the self, in the mind, and then I feel like you can carry on with the Three of Cups. So we do have Scorpio, Aries, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, more Sag. We do have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. Cancer is here. Capricorn is here. Virgo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got Aries here. Sagittarius, Leo, more Aquarius energy. Libra and Gemini and Aries. All right, Pisces. Happy birthday, friends. Hope you're doing well. Let me know when your birthday is. Love to say happy birthday to you. Hope you're doing good. All of my March Pisces. Tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for this week. For the birthday babies. Tell me what's going on for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Pisces. We do have the Seven of Pentacles. The Ace of Wands. What are you waiting on here? Oh, this just flipped right out here. Landed on my arm. The Ace of Wands. Something is taking its time. You've been waiting on something to come to fruition here. Your intuition is telling you that you know that something good is coming, but you're not quite celebrating it yet. You're not quite as excited as you should be because I feel like it's either still in motion or still moving, or still hasn't arrived yet. I feel like the way that you are passing the time is you're waiting for whatever the Ace of Wands. I feel like the Ace of Wands is in the reverse because whatever it is not moving. Like this new cycle is not here yet. But I feel like you know that it's coming. So I feel like you're preparing for it by working on yourself or working on something really hard. We do have the Two of Pentacles. It feels like this is going to be a time for you to, as you're waiting for whatever is showing up, you should be focused on you. 7 and 2 is 9. So I feel like the decision you're supposed to make is to get into your self-mastery. So the 8 of Pentacles is the self-mastery. The 9 of Pentacles is where you gain confidence. You build your business. You make more money. You're doing really well, carrying everything on your own, possibly building yourself up by yourself. But I feel like that's what you're supposed to be focused on. I feel like your intuition is telling you that some sort of new cycle that's exciting is showing up, but I don't think it's here yet. So instead of just waiting, wandering around and waiting, I feel like you're supposed to be focused on your pentacle world. So your money, your home, your health, your wealth. We have the Sun. We have the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the Strength card. It feels like somebody's holding back from giving you reciprocal energy here, but they're about to have a breakthrough. It does feel like you've been waiting. It looks like this person on the 7 of Pentacles is looking up at the sun. Where is the breakthrough? Why isn't this person see me? Why don't they see me for who I am? It feels like you're waiting for someone to take notice, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they just don't see you. I feel like you've given reciprocal energy to this person. It feels like they are in your pentacle world already. And this is somebody that I feel has been holding back from you. It might be because they have quite a crush on you. I'm just going to say the Strength card is a little bit sexual energy. It is Leo energy, but it also is about holding back or trying to find the courage or the strength to come forward. We have the 7 of Cups, we have the 2 of Wands, and we have the King of Cups. That's who you're waiting on. So you're preparing. I think you're supposed to be preparing yourself instead of being emotionally overwhelmed or confused or wondering, or I feel like you're dreaming about this person a lot. And if you are, it's probably because they are thinking about you. But it feels like the 2 of Wands is telling me to prepare for the King of Cups. Because the King of Cups is somebody who is very deep, very, very deep, and emotionally available. This is the one who is emotionally intelligent, the person who is ready for a relationship. They're carrying the cup, waiting to give the cup to somebody here. I feel like you, being the High Priestess here, that you know that you're waiting for a reason. I don't feel any impatience here. Because the 2 and 1 is 3, that's waiting. The 8 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles is also waiting, but it's also putting the hard work into something while you're waiting. It's like passing the time, focused on your pentacle world. Tell me more. There is going to be a breakthrough with this person who is giving you reciprocal energy. That could be a Leo, a Scorpio, a Pisces, a Cancer, Pisces. Yeah, they're going to see you in all your glory here, my friend. I was seeing 7, 8, and 2 is 9. 9 of Pentacles showed up. So I feel like you're supposed to be working on your glow up on the outside and on the inside, and getting your stability financially, and adorning the home, adorning yourself. I feel like you're supposed to be practice being in your pre-empress energy. Because I feel like this person is preparing to come forward, it feels like. Somebody is about to come forward and show themselves because the Sun is here. It is somebody that you know already. There's nothing here that indicates we've been in a relationship before, but this is somebody who's in your realm. So somebody you see on the subway, or someone you see on the bus, or at the local store, or maybe at the coffee house, or maybe it's a friend of a friend. Or maybe it is a friend. But whoever it is somebody you already give reciprocal energy to. Tell me about the outcome. We've got Death card. we've got the Four of Pentacles. You know what I think you're supposed to be working on is being open, not being closed off, a little more vulnerable here. I feel like there is a transformation going on. It could be with you, could be with the King of Cups. Somebody here is learning to be vulnerable. Got the Hierophant. So you could be dealing with a Taurus. This person could be stepping into their Hierophant energy. It also could mean that there is a commitment coming up. Maybe that's what you're waiting on. That maybe your intuitive energy is telling you that once this Ace of Wands is in the upright and somebody here finally comes out of this transformational energy, feels like it's the death to them being shut off, shut down, or closed off. I feel like this could be a commitment we're looking at, but also maybe we're just on a stable and sturdy path on the way to someplace where we're going to do the right thing. Tell me about what's around the corner for Pisces, please. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. I think that you're supposed to enjoy being on your own right now, being independent, investing in yourself. This is a victory. You already have the victory. And I feel like a long-term relationship is coming. And I feel like this Six of Wands is telling me somebody's coming back home. So either you feel like home to them or they're coming back home. Maybe it's somebody who's been away from your town, your city, your country, and now they're coming back home. It feels like somebody's coming back home. There is a song. I think Kanye? Yeah, I feel like he raps on that song, doesn't he? Anyways, so the Wheel of Fortune is here. Look, it's destiny. It's divine timing and it's destiny. Something is going to have a huge change. This is a really big changing point for you, Pisces, but you just need to be patient. I think that's the name of the game here. You need to be patient. You need to focus on yourself and ready yourself for something that's showing up here. And that means really going over yourself analytically, checking out the self-audit. What can I do to be the best version of myself that I can be? Because no matter what you find, if you're willing to look at all the parts of you that could use a little bit of shining the scuffs, right? A little bit of softening things. If you are looking for things that you can, I'm not saying fix them because I don't think anything within you is broken. I mean just shining them up a little bit so they shine a little brighter. I want to say the Wheel of Fortune is telling me that there's some sort of deep change that's showing up in divine timing, and you don't know when that's coming. You can feel that it's showing up, but you don't know exactly when it's coming here. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Page of Cups is in the reverse, Page of Swords is in the reverse, and the Magician. So it is a manifestation that's showing up here. And I feel like the Page of Cups in the reverse is telling me someone is unsure about their feelings. The Page of Swords in the reverse is telling me I haven't made a decision yet. I'm not really speaking on it because I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I feel like you should just keep manifesting because change is coming and things are about to... there's communication coming. Things are about to get a little better here, is what I was going to say. Communication is coming. There's going to be an aha moment or a moment of clarity here with the King of Cups, I feel. We have the Ace of Cups. Well, there we go. And the Knight of Cups. There we are. This person's going to admit that they have feelings, that they're very attracted, and they would like to carry things further into some sort of stability and happiness with you. And I feel like it's hiding under the surface right now because somebody is not ready to say that yet. We've got Scorpio, we've got Taurus, we've got Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, more Leo, more Leo. It could be a Leo you're dealing with. It could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarian energy as well, Gemini, and Aries. What do we have under here? Virgo energy. All right. Aries, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, if I didn't say it. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. And if you made it up to here, thanks for doing that. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. See you later. Bye-bye.